Hey guys, welcome back. So today we have another solar and Powerwall installation. I thought with every job that we do, I'm just going to put the title as where the location of the install is. So it'll be like a new kind of series / episodes, if you call it that. So yeah, this one's in Sale, Manchester. So the customer originally wanted 17 panels, 14 of which on the back and 3 at the front. 2 days in, the customer decided he wanted another 2 panels. So us being us, we made that happen. So yeah, you'll be able to see that later on in the video. Again, like usual, I'll be going through bits of the video where, you know, I'm explaining what's going on, etc, etc. So as you can see there, Mac was putting on the optimizers. If you're not familiar with optimizers, how they work is every panel will work individually. So usually on a string system, if a panel was to ever get shaded, it will usually cut off half of the system. Whereas if a panel was to be shaded on a solar edge optimizer system, the panel that is got the shade on will cut off instead of causing the others to shut off as well. Here you can see it cutting the felt. If you saw at the start, there was a flue, which we then cut and put a cap over the top, which is designed to go into the loft space, and which then we applied the felt, making it waterproof and watertight. I also wanted to put out there the quality of the materials that we use. So it's no cheap tacky stuff, it is solid. I mean, the aluminium is solid. We have come to a few jobs where the aluminium is bending. No, I'm not even joking, it's literally bending. You can see there on the customer's neighbour's side that they had the bird protection. Again, it's preference, but it looked tacky compared to how you're going to see how it looked on this system. As mentioned before, there was obviously 3 at the front, but the customer wanted it a bit more discreet, so we went for the triple blacks. Personally, I think they look amazing. So the customer already had a Zappy installed, but when obviously coming to disconnect a few things from the Zappy, i.e. the grid, you can see that the guy used a screen cable. Just to put out there, obviously with Zappy, they do work with solar and Powerwall. So we do recommend putting in Ethernet cabling just so you can use the other strands, just to obviously put in for the grid, solar and Powerwall. He also had a eddy device put in, so he's basically heating up his hot water for free, obviously with the solar and the battery. Here you can see the process of installing the panels. Obviously you put it on the rail, connected to the optimizers, and away we go. But it wasn't the case here because the customer wanted another 2, as mentioned before, so we made that happen. And here you have it, the extra 2 panels put on. So the customer, like I mentioned before, is having a Velux window. Obviously we would have optimized the whole roof, but obviously we couldn't. But it'd be interesting to see what you guys think of our install compared to next door's. Obviously it was a all silver system next door, but we gone for a 2-tone black with the white accent on the panel, on the cells. Some people like it, some people don't, but I think they look quite good on this job. So back to the Zappy. As mentioned, he used a screen cable, obviously not ideal, but we obviously replaced that and put an Ethernet in, just so we can use all 3 connectors. So we managed to get the Ethernet through, ready to connect for the solar, the grid and the Powerwall. With every solar and Powerwall installation that we do, we like to make sure that we hardwire it. And with every solar job that we do, also we like to add the solar edge Modbus meter, which then you can see the import and export of your solar and basically what you're importing from the grid. When opening the meter cupboard to disconnect the cables for the Zappy, we come across these clamps, which myself and Mac have never come across before. So there's 25mm cables backed up with a 100 amp fuse, which then they've clamped 6mm cables back to the switch, which then is applying the zappy. Now it was so complicated when it could have been so easy for whoever installed this. And what was also weird was the fact that the zappy was rated at 60 amp when checking the grid limit. Now the main fuse to the house was 100 amp. To get full potential of the zappy, you obviously wanted, as I did there, set it at 99 amps, or if it was an 80 amp, set it as 79 amps. But it was odd that the installer set it for 60 amp. I mean, you know, let us know in the comment section what you think, but to myself and Mac, it was just a bit odd. But anyway, back to the install. So the customer did go ahead and had bird protection, obviously the best, the finest, the stuff from California. So again, we smashed that out. It was a horrible day to do it, but we did it, and I think again, looks really cool. Customer was over the moon with it. He even wanted a piece to keep just to show his friends what they thought and his opinion on it. It was crazy. Yeah. So again, that's the overall installation, and as you can see there, butt up, neat, nice and tidy, and just carried on throughout that section. But what was weird about this job was the fact that how low the panels were to the roof. So it was kind of, we had to cut a hell of a lot of protection off, but you know, it looks amazing still. So it'd be also cool to see what you guys think of this install compared to next door. But I just wanted to pull out there, I'm not coming for next door or anything. It's no, I'm just wanting to see you guys' thoughts, that's all. But yeah, and like usual, we also like to clean the customer's gutter in, just because a lot of the time you guys don't get a chance to get that high and do it yourselves. So obviously that was before. I mean, it was absolutely full, as you can see in the box there. And Mac being Mac, jetted it out, cleaned it. I mean, can't go wrong, he's done well. Big up Mac. But yeah, that's the total install there. And like I always say, if you guys got any questions, please feel free to get in contact with ourselves. But yeah, on the other half of the solar, here's the, you know, the nitty and gritty, the more of the brains. So you've got the inverter on your right and the gateway on your left, ready for the Powerwall to be installed. And I just wanted to say a big thank you to the customers that we installed this on. They were absolutely amazing. Guys, again, like and subscribe, and yeah, peace.